Some definitely got into my eyeballs as usual. Don't you love the word eyeballs? Eyeballs are fun. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elaina. Привет! I'm your Russian-American makeup and beauty addict. I love buying and reviewing affordable, inexpensive makeup from AliExpress, drugstore, dollar store. You name it, I'll be a guinea pig and I'll pass the savings to you guys. In this video, I'm doing a similar concept. I'm recreating a look by Missa, that Makemeupmissa, Melissa Ross. She did this look about 10 months ago with Blood Sugar and Blue Blood, Jeffree Star palettes. I have cheap palettes that I'm going to use to try to recreate the same look, and this is what I did. That's what I created. If you guys are interested, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you get notified. I upload every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 11 AM Pacific time. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and leave me a comment. Let's get right into this video. Before we jump into this tutorial, I just want to say a couple of words. Thank you for Missa being inspiration. I started my YouTube channel because of her, and I've been watching her. We have similar styles. I'm going to just say the same thing at the end of the video. I have a feeling anyway. So she inspired me to start this, and now we have a group of girls that we create the makeup looks with, and this look is going to be on Instagram along with the other sexy sausages we call ourselves. That's gonna be our challenge, recreating looks of Missa. Her video is going to be linked below, and that's with, like I said before, Jeffree Star palettes, and I'm doing a cheap version of it. So I'm gonna be using Jaclyn Hill, the second volume. It's not the cheapest, but it's pretty affordable compared to Jeffree Star palettes. So for the pinks, I'm using this. For the Blood Sugar and for the Blue Blood, I'm using a couple of palettes. That's Smoke and Mirrors by Revolution Pro. Very inexpensive and very beautiful. And I'm also using a very obscure palette. You pretty much can use anything you have to recreate. You know, you can make it work. This is Snow Queen by Amor Us, and this is a $15 palette. It has a lot of colors. It's very much frozen themed, you know. So that's all I'm gonna use, and I'm also using Cara Beauty glitter on my low lash line. So keep on watching to see the tutorial and how I'm doing the Missa look along with the shirt and the hoop earrings. I'm channeling Missa. So I've got myself a pink shirt. I'm kind of trying to follow the video exactly. So I don't think I'm going to be playing the video on my phone as I'm doing this, because I've done it with this eye already. So I'm just going to follow the video as I'm going in my head, and I'm going to pick if I have to. So this is a recreation of Missa from Makemeupmissa. That was about 10 months ago, and she was doing a Blue Blood and Blood Sugar palettes mixed together, and she was wearing a crop top, which is not a crop top, so her sleeves were long, mine are short, but my top is much longer. Oh well. So I'm kind of channeling Missa's look. So we're gonna get right into this. So since I don't have Blue Blood or Blood Sugar, I'm using, this is kind of a look on a budget. So I'm using all the lower price palettes, Makeup Revolution, Morphe, and a couple of palettes that I got randomly, so just to get the colors. So I'm using Morphe brush, which is very similar to the one she was using. It's a flat brush, unnamed, with no number. So I'm going to map out my outline for the blue. So she was using, I'm creasing by the way, because in honor of Missa, I'm using L'Oreal Infallible. So this is a concealer, and I use it under my eyes, and I used it on my eyelid as a primer. Alright, so flat brush. I'm using palette which is Makeup Revolution. It's called Smoke and Mirrors. That's Revolution Pro, and looks like this. So I'm using the deep blue shade. I don't think it has a name. If it had a name, the names are gone. It's a deep blue. So on a flat brush, I'm going to start mapping it out. So as she was saying, you map it out so when you open your eyes, you can still see the blue. So I'm doing it with the open eyes, and I'm drawing a line above my crease. I do have a deep crease, but we're trying to make it bigger and wider. So this is a very nice blue palette. I reviewed it on my channel, the blue one. If you guys are interested, I'm gonna put up a card on Smoke and Mirrors. I've used it a couple of times before after that, so it's a real nice palette. So I'm trying to make sure that the match, just like she did in the video. And this is always a challenge, so we'll try to match the shape. One and the other, make sure there's so much, pretty much the same. So this is just the outline, and I'm going with the blood sugar, the obvious, the new Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, the volume 2. It has a lot of pinks and purples. So she was using the dark purple shade, I forgot the name, in the blood sugar. If you watch the video, I'm going to link her video below in the description box so you can see what she was using, because I don't remember. I already forgot. So I have color switch, the Brillo pad thing to switch in between the colors. So I'm using just a named small brush, Glamour Dolls. I think it does have a number 10, Ipsy bag. It's just like a medium-sized dense brush. So I'm going to pick up Not My Journey, the purple one from here, and I'm gonna plop it right on top, kind of on top of a blue. I think that's what she did. It's just to create the gradation between the purple and the pink, purple, and the blue. And I'm gonna dip into Stay True to make it just a little more pinkish, because the color in the blood sugar was a little different than Not My Journey. So I'm gonna go in between Not My Journey and Stay True. I feel like these two are gonna work well. I mean, they obviously work in the other eye. Yes, there is a fallout, and yes, I'm wearing the full base already, as usual. I feel like I want to see the base before I do the eyeshadow, so it kind of gives me the full picture right away. I don't like to have do base afterwards, because I want to get to the eyes, and that's the best part. So I want to do base first to get it over with, and then get to the eyes. I don't know. I just like it. Sometimes the cleanup is epic. Like, I get a little fallout, but worst case, I'm gonna go over with a little bit of a sponge, with a little bit of concealer, and I'm gonna fix it. So the purple, and then I'm gonna go with the same brush. I'm going to clean it on my color switch, and I'm gonna go with the Tipsy Girl. And Tipsy Girl is, I think the name was Cavity or something like that. I'm not sure. It's a blood sugar. I don't have that palette, so I'm using Jaclyn Hill. And Tipsy Girl is just right. It's that bright pink, just like that other palette. Ooh, that's so pretty. So I got highlight under my eyebrow already, so I did that in a different order. She had added highlight later, and I added my highlight first in the inner corner too. So I used the color from Smoke and Mirrors for that. It's a brightest white, and it's very shimmery, so I use that for the brow bone and for my inner corner. If you guys don't have that Revolution Pro palette, you don't want to sleep on it. It's great. It's amazing. If you need blues on a budget, it's amazing. The quality is just superb. So I'm just following all the colors the same way she did. It blends really well. I remember in her video she had trouble with harsh lines, and I kind of feel like I'm getting that blue and pink, so we want to add some purple in between, like a burgundy purple. Make sure that the two mix. So I'm gonna go back into the Not My Journey. Make sure that there is no harsh lines between pink and the blue. So again, as usual, this is gonna be your own take. If you ever wanna remake a YouTuber look, something that you like, I mean, it's up to you. You wanna make it exactly the same, or you wanna take kind of have your own take on it. I wanted to make it as close as possible, but I'm kind of living for this. But I wanted, of course, I'm using different palettes, so it's not gonna be exactly the same, but as close as we can get. So I'm going between the colors. I usually apply makeup very similarly the way she does, going in between all colors and make sure that everything stands out. And there is a little bit fallout, but that's not a problem. I have my old fluffy brush that I brush it off with. So I like to use a clean brush, a fluffy clean brush, to kind of blend out the pink and the highlight tone. I'm gonna use Certified. It's like a cream light matte from Jaclyn Hill. I'm just gonna go over this just a little bit. Just make sure that it's all blended. So now when I'm happy with this, I can go in between all colors again and add a little more pink if I want to. And I think I want to. Okay, I just had a look at her channel, her video, and the next thing she did the pillowy base in blue, but then she set it with a blue eyeshadow, and then she cut another crease with a light pillowy base. So it's a lot of steps, and I don't have the blue, so might as well just cut my base with pillowies, cut my crease with pillowies base. What am I saying? Anyway. So I'm going to do kind of a mixture, so it's more white. My pillowy base is a Rumor 05, and this is e.l.f. Body Primer, which I don't like in white. So if I put these two together, it's gonna be a little creamier than just dry, like e.l.f. is too dry. So I'm going to use Luxie brush Precision Crease 246. That was from BoxyCharm. I'm gonna go in and cut the crease. So she said, next she said the blue with the blue, but I'm gonna do it in reverse order. I'm going to go with my blue palette, Smoke and Mirrors, and I'm going to go into the white and the silver mixed together and create that base on my lid. So I'm gonna set my lid with that, because I think she did some kind of color, either from Blood Sugar or from Blue Blood, I forgot, and it was kind of a white-ish, but it's not very clear what undertone it is because I don't have the palette, but these shades are freaking blinding. Look at that. Yeah, the Smoke and Mirrors palette is amazing. So I'm using the white, a little bit of gray in it, kind of go in between, tap, 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 and set that. Alright, that's good enough. So now I'm going to go into yet another palette. I could not find the right blue, and I wanted to use a matte blue, and this is a cheap palette from Amore Us or Amore US. This is kind of a small company. They have cheap palettes. Everything is like $15 or less, and this was $15. It's Snow Queen. I have reviewed my channel. I'm going to link it up here. This is a good one. It's not like the best quality ever, but the shimmers and some of the mattes are amazing. The glitter is good. It's good. So I'm going to use an angle brush And this is a BoxyCharm brush. It says line something something. It's a model brush. So I'm going to go into the shade Watercourse. This one. This is like Frozen themed, obviously. So, and I'm just gonna apply it right here, the crease. I might use a little lighter shade, Elsa, because I need some lightness too. Yeah, there's a little fallout, but if there is a fallout, I can clean it up. It's not a problem. Okay, so she went with a pencil brush, and I have this, again, unnamed Morphe brush, which is like, has a more of a narrow tip. And I'm going to dip into the dark blue to create this kind of a slanted line in the outer corner, fill that in. So I'm going to back into the first deep blue color. Then I'm going to go clean this on the color switch, and I'm going to go into the pink. So this is going to be similar water between the purple and a lighter pink, brighter pink from Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm going to Not My Journey mixed with Stay True together. And then I'm going to dip into the Tipsy Girl. So now I'm going just between all the colors, the same way Missa went, just to blend this all together so we don't lose the intensity of any of them. So the purples, the burgundy kind of color, and the blue. Same thing for the low lash line. I don't remember if she did it right away or later, but I'm gonna just add a little purple here for now, because I know later I'm gonna go with it anyway, so might as well do it now. I think she separated this because she did her base makeup later, so she didn't want to mess it up, but I don't do my base later, so might as well go with the pink and purple. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this alone for now, and we're going into the jewels now. So the jewels are the fun part, and I have similar kind of thing. This is the nail art I got, I don't remember where, honestly, but there it is. It's like a little pinwheel, and you can open up every color you want. So I have clear. I'm almost out of clear. That's the only ones I use usually. So I'm just gonna pop this on the lash glue. Ooh. The thing is, I can't lose them, because if I lose a couple, I'm out of all of them. And I need a few. I need quite a few of them for my eyelids. So all I do is put a dot with a lash glue. Any lash glue will do, as long as it's clear. So I'll put one. Trying to match and see where I put my first one, the other eye. So the match. So it's easier to put a dot first and then put the jewel on top than the other way around. Then I pick up the jewel with the very fine tip tweezers. Or I can use the fingers. And just place it. Just like that. So I'm gonna put all of them on and I'll be back. Alright folks, we're all set now. I just watched the video a little more. She did go back into the deep blue, and I'm just gonna go back to the same flat brush I used in the beginning to map out things. So back to the smoke and mirrors, I have the blue shade. I'm just gonna kind of run it here. So then she added some teal, like a dark blue teal, which I don't have. So I'm just gonna use a mix of two. It always works if you mix two, there's nothing wrong with it. And I'm going back into the Snow Queen palette and using this blue and this green, and maybe this green, we'll see. Just create similar effect, and the deeper teal. I'm using the same pencil brush, I cleaned it up. And I'm going to the blue, and then green, and another green, and see what comes out. kind of go in between two. Let's see. Yeah, that works. I did something else on the other eye. I don't remember what, so now I'm kind of trying to recreate my own stuff. So this is very blown out, so I'm going deep down. The only thing I don't have is that bright glittery metallic that Jeffree Star palette has, but I got something else, something better. I got glitter, and glitter always wins. Alright, so now instead of going into that shimmery shade she has in Jeffree Star palette, I was trying to use this, but it's not bright enough and it's not fabulous enough. It's nice, but I'll show you. It needs more glitter in it, you know. But just put this, the fallout is epic. Alright, so since it's not bright enough, I'm going with glitter. And this is Care Beauty in the color Icy. And this is just the right teal color. I'm using a very thin brush, the one I usually draw lines with. I'm just gonna go right in. The same thing I did here. So now it looks very similar to what Missa did. Do you see that? Glitter. Glitter is life. So I'm going to go into more waterline. It doesn't matter which order I'm going in. It's gonna end up there anyway. So she used, I think she used the LA Girl pencil. I do have, I believe it is LA Girl. And this is very similar. It's blue. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same she was using, but it's like bright blue. It says mermaid blue, so I'm gonna go right into my waterline. I have another one, ColourPop, but ColourPop I think is not as bright. So here we go. I blown out the outer corner a little bit more off camera with a little more pink and purple, and I added the waterline. So now I'm gonna go with eyeliner, eyelashes, and mascara, and I'll be back to put a little bit of blue on my low lash line. Whatever happens, happens, because I don't have what she was using, so make it work. I'll be back. Alright, the eyelashes are on, the mascara and the eyeliner. The eyeliner I used black, because once you put the eyelashes, you can't see it anyway. So that's Candlelights by Rimmel. And the mascara was the Essence Lash Princess, and the lashes were from Penny's Primark, just cheap lashes. I'm really pleased with this. I think it looks very similar to hers, especially with the pink top. So now the last thing left to do is the blue eyelashes. Well, they're like barely visible blue. I don't have that bright P. base, but I'm going to try to use the P. base that I have and then put the eyeshadow on top of it. So I have a little spoolie brush and I already have all kind of goop on it. So I just put P. base on the brush and kind of brush my eyelashes. So I'm gonna give it a little sticky base. And then I'm gonna put a mixture of a few colors, probably. We'll see. So I'm just gonna clean this up. I'm gonna use the same brush. And I'm gonna dip this brush into like a SHAT load of stuff. So this one is too dark. Can't use this. And so I'm gonna go back to the Snow Queen and just create something out of nothing. So the blue, probably gonna go with this, and maybe a little bit of this one. This one is a shimmery blue, because why not? I need to create a little bit of brightness, something together. So I'll put this on the spoolie, and hopefully it's gonna work, because the other one I struggled with, so. I think it's working. I'm absolutely destroying this eyeshadow. Yeah, it's sort of blue, so it definitely giving me the tone I needed. Woo! Some definitely got into my eyeballs as usual. Don't you love the word eyeballs? Eyeballs are fun. Alright, we got the final look. The eyelashes as blue as they're gonna be. So that's it. I think they're pretty similar. Trying to see which eyeball is bigger and which eyelid is bigger. I think they're about the same. I'm pleased with this. I really like this look. I like this look on the picture that Missa posted on Instagram, but now that I created it after her, I'm like, I really appreciate what she's done because it's really, really beautiful and requires quite a bit of blending. So now I'm channeling my inner Missa for sure, because I got my hoops on, and I got my pink top on, and I've got my huge eyeballs on. So Missa is a really, really sweet friend of ours. As you might know, I mentioned her in a few of my recent videos. She's the one that got me into YouTube. She was my inspiration, and I've been watching her for a while. We have similar style of makeup. I like bright colors. She likes bright colors. She's like about 14 years younger than me, but I have the same style of makeup as a 15-year-old. Well, I can't help it. I love bright color, so sue me. Anyway, so Missa created this Patreon group for us, her patrons, and WhatsApp and Face groups. So we're called Sexy Sausages. So this is our weekly challenge, or actually it's our first challenge on Instagram. By the time this video goes out, this is going to be posted on Instagram, and there are going to be pictures of about 20 of us recreating looks of Missa. So, and this is me recreating her look, and I hope you guys like it. Her video is listed below, so check it out. It's like about 10 months ago, so it's not a newest one, but it's one of my favorites, and I had to do my own take on it. So let me know what you think, leave me a comment below. I like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 AM Pacific time. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!